Hello everyone, welcome to the Whistling Hermit's One Card Spread series. Note that this video is divided into three parts. A short introduction, which we are doing right now. Part 1, which is a descriptive study of the card for the day. And Part 2, which is a reading from the Handbook of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. If you want to navigate directly to any of the three parts mentioned, just click on their respective links at the timestamp provided in the description of this video. This video series is primarily intended for learning how to read the tarot. However, you can also use this as a card reading for the day. This is a timeless reading, so if you are watching this now, its message might be for you. In this series, we will be using the Giant Rider Waite Tarot deck. We will also be using the Handbook of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. The first part of the video will be a descriptive study of a specific card in the tarot. We will describe what we see and the insights and feelings we gather from what we see. Now, the first part is characterized by spontaneity. We allow the cards to speak to us regardless of the generally accepted meaning of the card. By doing this, we hope to increase our intuitive capacity for reading the tarot cards. In the second part, we will be reading the description of the card taken from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite by AGM Urania. If you intend to use this as a timeless reading, you can randomly choose any card in the series that resonates with you. An alternative approach is to shuffle a Rider Waite Tarot deck and pick a card randomly. You can then choose the card in the video series that corresponds to the card you picked. Note that this series is a work in progress and it might take some time for the 78 cards to be completely read. So, without any further delay, let us proceed to the card for the day. Welcome everyone to part 1 of our One Card Spread series, and our card for today is the Queen of Cups. Now, we see here a queen who's totally concentrated on the cup she is holding. And the cup, some people would say, or is generally considered as the Holy Grail, the secret of the salvation of mankind. And when you look at it, she contemplates on it very closely. Somehow, yes, the Holy Grail is related to what is divine. And when you look at it around her, it's as if the place where she is sitting on is inundated by water. Even her robe has symbols of water. Her cape shows symbolisms of water. And then also there are a lot of cherubim in her throne. And so somehow this is a queen who is very much in touch and very much in contemplation of what is divine. And maybe, yes, now that it's when you look at the story, the page and the knight were also attracted with the Holy Grail. And somehow maybe the knight who has finally found the Holy Grail has given it to the queen. And now they are thinking of how the Holy Grail would be beneficial for the whole kingdom and for the whole world. And somehow it's like that also. For a person who is reading this card right now, there could be an aspect, you could be a person right now who has a special mission to somehow change the world towards something that is positive, something that is for the better of humanity, for the better of the universe. And maybe this is an invitation for you who is reading this card, that there might be you. All of us are given a special gift, and all our gifts that are given to us is intended for the betterment of the whole universe. And so maybe this card, for those who are reading the card, this card could be an invitation to look deeper into ourselves and try to see what is that special gift that the divine has given you that will be for the betterment of the whole humanity. And we need to contemplate on it. We need to work on it to try to see how we can use that gift for the betterment of humanity. Just as this queen is contemplating on what is on her hands, how it will be for, how it can be used for the betterment of the kingdom. So when you look at it, somehow this is what I get from the card. It can be also that so it's sort of like an invitation for us to look deep inside ourselves to try to see what is that special gift that is given to us, and we need to reflect deeply on how we can use it for the betterment of the whole of the universe. It could be also that there will be somebody coming in your life also who also has the same intention as you are being invited to, and maybe you can somehow help each other work together as partners for the betterment of the rest of humanity and the rest of the universe. She's stepping on stones, no? And usually these kinds of stones, these smooth stones, are stones that are usually found in the river, and stones also that are usually found on the beach. But with the stillness of the water, there's a little activity in the water, it somehow gives an impression that this is a river. And so it's a person who is by the river, someone who is constantly being replenished by the river. It's like a tree with its roots on the river. Her feet seems to be somehow touching already the river. It's like when one is constantly in touch with prayer, with inner contemplation, they are constantly rejuvenated and constantly nourished by the eternal river, which is the source of life, a source of rejuvenation. So somehow this is a queen who is very much in touch with the divine and is constantly replenished by it, and somehow has a special mission, somehow inspired to accomplish something for the betterment of the rest of humanity and the rest of the universe. And somehow this is what I can read from this card. Well, that's it for now. Let us go to part 2. We are now in part 2 of our one card spread series, and our card for today is the Queen of Cups. Let us now read from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. We can describe the cups suit as the spiritual healing of the world, and thus, from a prophetic point of view, the most significant cards in the Minor Arcana. The cups, court cards, tell their own story, a quest to find and bring back the Grail. The page contemplated it, the knight went in search of it, and now it seems he's brought it back and given it to his lady, the queen. She sits on her throne, carved with cherubic mermaids, and stares at the most complex of all the cups. It resembles the vessel which holds the host in the ritual of communion. Its design also recalls the Ark of the Covenant, container of the divine energy which upholds the world. Like the knight, she stares at it with intensity, maybe pondering the best way to use it. Though she sits on the land, the water of emotion flows into her dress. Divinatory meanings. Someone strong and dedicated. A healer. Her intensity can be intimidating. Warning, advice. She may lose her sense of service and get lost in her own emotion. Action. Be a holder of visions. Well, that concludes part 2 of our one card spread series on the Queen of Cups. Until next time, have a great day.